You know guys, I'd like to start today's video with this tweet that comes out from Doug, and unfortunately I can't include the Doug clip right now because YouTube's gonna get real mad at me, and unfortunately, as I'll describe in a later video, they are heavily suppressing the Scatmaster, which sucks, but it is what it is. But Doug's out here talking about what's your favorite Warzone crash out moment of all time, and I can go ahead and run this clip.
Oh my f***ing god. Update requires restart. Every f***ing time! For 3 years!
And actually, you know what? I don't really care what YouTube thinks.
Fuck you, Doug!
Anyways, guys, there's other crash outs that we've seen here in the Call of Duty community that specifically pertain to the state of Call of Duty and the amount of hackers and cheaters and Activision as a greedy company. And we've seen multiple people talk about this, which leads us to this next one that is BobbyPoff.
Greedy motherfuckers! I'm trying to make a fucking living here, and you fucking greedy corporate fucks can suck on my fucking 18-inch cock! 2 games in a row, I'm trying to make a fucking living here!
And so the reason I'm bringing these up, guys, is just so you know that it's not just me, okay? Obviously, the Scatmaster's out here talking that shit because that's what I do. That's what I do best. That is my area of expertise, but the message is the same message that all of these other people have. And maybe not Doug, because Doug was just going off on some nonsense, but there are several other streamers out there and creators with much bigger platforms than mine that have had these crash out moments talking about the state of Call of Duty, and recently the big topic has been the anti-cheat and Ricochet, and as you've seen in a couple of my videos recently, things to do with the Cronus Zen and other people that are 3-boxing, just a whole ton of nonsense going on in the Call of Duty community right now, and a lot of it honestly would genuinely be fixed if Activision just, I don't know, gave a fuck. I say this to say I am so grateful that we have yet another crash out over Ricochet anti-cheat by none other than Nadeshot again, but not just one, he actually has 2. But before we get to it, guys, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, alright? Please, leave a like on today's video. Let's show YouTube that there ain't no silencing the Scatmaster, alright? I'm a loudmouth, this is what we do, and I'm not gonna be suppressed, I'm sorry. Also, please subscribe if you're new. We're very, very close to 50,000, but we're even closer to 45,000, guys, and we have a special surprise when we hit that, so please, let's get to that. You know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag Fooly50, but guys, without further ado, let's get to this tweet by Scatmaster Charles, where he says, Nadeshot on Call of Duty's Ricochet anti-cheat. And he quotes it here, but fuck the quoting. Let's just check out the clip.
Yo, if I see Team Ricochet put out one more fucking tweet patting themselves on the back about the amount of hackers they banned, I'm going to fucking lose it! How can you spend any time or resources telling people how many people you banned when the hacking has never been worse? It's only getting worse. There were less hackers before they tweeted about all the hackers that they banned. You fucks! What are you tweeting about? Is that for fucking shareholders? I don't know.
And guys, as you can see, much like literally everybody else, whether you have a platform or not, okay, the only people that will not have this sort of crash out are either people with incredible patience or people that are out there on their knees, face down, ass up for Activision, just gooch licking and defending them in defense mode like it's fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, anytime people have anything negative to say about Call of Duty, Ricochet anti-cheat, or my favorite, you say there's a cheating and hacking problem in Call of Duty, and these short bus riding, gooch licking fanboys come out of here talking about, oh, I barely come across cheaters, you must not be very good, you think everybody's cheating.
We need to stay away from these niggas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the amount of projection that you see out of these dumbass gooch lickers that self-expose themselves for sucking so much cock at the game that they are never gonna experience a cheater or a hacker is insane. And everything that Nadeshot was saying is complete and utter facts. Like, there's nothing in that clip that I necessarily disagree with. And judging by a lot of people's responses, a lot of people seem to agree. This guy, Hunter TV, comes out here and says in response, the anti-cheat does not work very well. There's currently a cheater in ranked Warzone that has been #1 in the world all the way back to Rebirth ranked, and he's still playing. And I'm not going to show the clip because, you know, we don't show bitch-ass cheaters content or gameplay on this channel. Sorry, it's not happening. But you can check it out for yourself. Between April 2024 and May 2025, the motherfucker's still cheating. Like, brother, are you dog shitting me? How are you even bypassing this long? This is just another example of how Ricochet does not work. If the same guy has been cheating for over a year, I don't care about any of the fancy verbiage or posts out of Ricochet anti-cheat talking about, oh, we took down 10 more cheat providers, oh, 10,000 people that were account sharing got banned, oh my god, look at our new machine learning, it detects people that are blatantly wall hacking and now we're gonna send it over to people for human review. Complete and utter nonsense. If somebody is able to cheat for over an entire year, I don't care what you use to fluff it up, your anti-cheat sucks balls. Now, the Nadeshot clip that you guys saw a little while ago, yes, it's a little outdated. He said it a couple of days ago, but he actually came out with an update to that tweet where he provides a little bit more context and some experiences of his after the fact. And we could go ahead and check that out right now.
All right, listen, everybody saw this clip yesterday of me crashing out about Team Ricochet, the hackers, the tweets that Team Ricochet puts out about how many hackers they've banned. We played 8 hours yesterday, and I'm not kidding, we had a cheater in every single game we played. Today, however, there didn't seem to be as much blatant cheating. So, you know, maybe it's a Monday thing. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. Tuesday today was just better. Tuesday, it was just better. Here's the problem. If there were no hackers in Call of Duty Warzone on this OG Verdansk, I'm just going to be straight with you. If we didn't have to worry about hackers, Warzone would be fucking lit. I sound like a caveman saying it like that. Warzone would be a pretty damn good gaming experience.
And I'm not gonna lie, in this clip there is a little bit of backtracking. It's not super severe like some of the other things that he's said in the past or what other creators have talked about, but he does say that, you know, in the heat of the moment he was really pissed off because he was just coming across hackers and cheaters game after game after game in a complete session. And this is an experience that I've had multiple times on multiplayer ranked play. It's part of the reason I can't queue up with some of my friends that are low levels. And yes, sometimes I gotta pop out the Smurf account. It's called Grippin' and Lickin'. It's really not that fucking serious. I just come out here slapping the absolute dog shit out of the MW 2019 fans and a bunch of these Activision D-Riders and Defenders. And I get to play with my homie, and I avoid hackers and cheaters. Win-win-win situation, man.
You're goddamn right.
But when I am on my regular account, the amount of sus players that I come across is pretty much what Nadeshot's experience is. Several cheaters throughout a single play session. And what he says afterwards is that the following day, he barely came across any that were blatant. And look, that doesn't speak to Ricochet working. If anything, it speaks to how inconsistent your experience is here on Call of Duty. And is that a positive experience, something that is never replicated, is always inconsistent, it's always going to be different whether you're coming across hackers or not, you're contemplating as to whether or not the guy that killed you is legit. It's an experience that is extremely frustrating. So yes, while he had a better experience on Tuesday, not only does that not rule out the fact that there may have been hackers or cheaters in that game, but if one day you're coming across blatant hackers every single match and the next day you're not, and then the following day you might, and then the following day they're super blatant, and the day following after that, oh, there's no more hackers or cheaters all of a sudden. That's not a fun experience that people are going to want to consistently play, and it speaks to why your player numbers drop, because there's constantly this experience that people may or may not be hacking and cheating. Obviously, there's other factors here in play, like, I don't know, the servers suck balls, the SBMM is ass, the fucking matchmaking time is 10 goddamn minutes. Let's not forget the fact that this entire experience of Verdansk, while it's good and it's fun, it's literally just nostalgia bait. And on top of that, there's hackers and cheaters running amok everywhere. Does anybody want to play that? Probably not. At least not consistently long term, which again is evident in the fact that people are seemingly dropping the game already.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
And this is stated very, very well by Scatmaster Charles in a tweet where he says, Verdansk launched in Warzone in early April and was probably one of the most stable versions of Warzone in a year. But just a month later, after Season 3 Reloaded, hackers are in every single ranked lobby, even in casual, server issues, and more bugs. Oof. Yeah, I don't know about being in like your 30s saying oof, but Check it out. This aligns with the thought that so many people have that Call of Duty is an inconsistent experience, there's hackers and cheaters, people are quitting the game, it's leading towards the downfall of Call of Duty, at least in the player metrics and statistics. And what's funny is the only people that will try to counter that are people with a mouthful of balls, okay? If you have Activision scrot lodged in your esophagus, I don't think you deserve an opinion here. If you are somebody that goes to any length to try to shut down a content creator or shut them up in defense of Activision, a multi-billion-dollar company that profits off of manipulating you, okay? Manipulating you, especially given the fact that they don't know who you are. They do not care if you defend them. They do not care, seemingly, if you are against them. They're still going to make profit. That's all they care about, okay? If you were to stop playing the game, if you were to just vanish off the face of the planet and somebody else started spending extra money in the shop, you would be nothing to them. Do you understand that? Let's put things into perspective here. People like myself, people like Nadeshot, even people like Doug, and even people with accusations like BobbyPoff. If any of these people are ranting and crashing out on Activision and Call of Duty for having such a dog shit experience in Verdansk and Warzone, no matter if it's back in 2019 or 2020 or even today in the present day in 2025, it's the same issues. If you try to shut those people up, please understand what we are trying to do. I don't care if we say it in a rant, if we say it all kind of nice and puckering our lips up for Activision's butthole like exclusive disgrace. It doesn't matter how we say it. If we're ranting the way that I rant and talk shit, all we're trying to do is give you a better experience. We are literally fighting out here to give you a better experience. Why would you possibly be against that? That's the mentality that I've never understood from a lot of these fanboys and casual gooch flickers. If we're trying to give you a better experience, no matter what the method is, why are you pissed? Why are you against that? And if your whole point is, oh, well, you rant and complain all the time, but they're not going to change anything. Okay, then why the fuck you watching this content? How about this? How about you spit that load out of your mouth, brush those crooked ass teeth, and hop back on casual Warzone where you belong with the other bots? How about that? Little piece of advice here. If people are out here trying to indirectly help you and give you a better experience from a multi-billion-dollar company that doesn't give a fuck about you, it's probably in your best interest to be on the side of the content creator that's trying to help you, okay, and maybe not so much on the side of a multi-billion-dollar company. That's how we get into these situations where, since MW 2019, we've had Call of Duty after Call of Duty that have gotten increasingly worse for more money while they spend more time and resources creating all of these cringy ass bundles while the hacking and cheating problem gets worse and nothing actually changes. To your point of nothing changing whether we rant or not is not because we're ranting, it's because you keep fucking spending while something like the hacking and cheating problem makes the experience worse for everybody. Look, I understand that I'm a loudmouth, I understand Activision's not a fan of me, I understand YouTube's not really a fan of me, all of these Call of Duty Activision gooch lickers and defenders out here, not a fan of the Scatmaster, but nothing's gonna change the fact that if Activision were to just listen to somebody like myself or Nadeshot or even Doug or Charlie Intel or The Rick or Blame Truth or Narrow Cinema or even that bald fuck 8 Thoughts, and we have feedback such as, hey, do you think you can maybe spend more time or spend more money on the anti-cheat, maybe make it less AI, make it more human-oriented? Can we please put more resources into the anti-cheat and see actual improvements? Or my favorite one, Activision, if you're already copying games like Fortnite, can you please copy their anti-cheat too?
Oh, hooray, yay! Ice cream!
How about it? Can we do that, please? If we give them feedback like that and Activision were to actually do it, do you understand that your experience would be better? I say all this to say, I'm glad there's content creators that are starting to speak up a little bit more, and to the other content creators and fanboys and gooch slickers that try to shut us up, double fuck you, you can eat my balls from the back like it's a lettuce wrap. What I genuinely think these gooch slickers should be doing is opening up a goddamn book and educating themselves on how important it is that people do not just succumb them and bow down to these greedy corporations. You can bow down to the Scatmaster, but please, for the love of God, do not be bowing down to Activision, alright? It's not a good look. So in closing, shout out to Nadeshot, shout out to 100 Thieves, you know what I'm saying? 100 Thieves Fooly or 100 Thieves Scatmaster Fooly, that would go hard, I'm not gonna lie. But to everybody else that is criticizing Nadeshot for his comments about Ricochet not working, or to anybody that's in Activision's defense, like I said earlier, fuck you, you suck. We don't care about your opinion. Honestly, I don't think you serve any importance here, especially not if we're trying to improve the state of the game. And to Activision and Ricochet, oh man, YouTube's gonna have a field day with the algorithm on this one. Activision, fuck you.
People who love me, people who support, I appreciate you guys as always. And everyone else, go fuck yourself.
But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What are your thoughts on Nadeshot's words and all of these other content creators that are coming out talking against Activision? And what do you think of the hacking and cheating situation in COD? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.
This ain't in my body.